Today, I'm going to be talking about mistakes that I've made and the lessons that I learned from them, and some regrets that I have in life. I don't want anybody to say, oh, what you did wasn't that bad, you shouldn't feel bad, because if it wasn't bad, I wouldn't feel bad about it. And if I didn't feel bad about it, that would probably mean I'm a sociopath. Jump scare trigger warning for the next clip. This was recorded over a period of 2 days. I need you guys to understand that hating yourself makes you a bad person. Like, I'm not just talking about how self-abuse is still abuse and you would never treat another person the way you treat yourself. I'm saying when you hate yourself, you start to hate the things that you hate about yourself when you see them in other people. During the worst period of my life, when I was hanging out with a lot of people who really negatively influenced me, I became so hateful. I started doing things that were totally out of my character, like just leaving the nastiest comments on random people's posts. I never bullied people in real life, but I do feel really, really bad about how I treated people online in the past. For example, there was this one girl online, and I posted something about her that was like, this girl markets her account as a recovery account, but all she ever does is post her little rice cake meals and her body checks and talk about numbers and weight. She's such an attention seeker. All she ever does is complain about the same things over and over again and then do nothing to change it. And then that girl somehow found that post and like made a reply to it. And she was like crying in the video. And I was like, oh my god, I just kind of like snapped back to reality and I was like, oh yeah, these are real people that can read my posts. This girl had BPD, and I realized, like, yeah, of course she's seeking attention and validation from the outside world. That's part of the disorder. I did eventually reach out to her and apologize. I said, I'm really, really sorry for saying this about you. I really hope and believe that you can beat this, and your disorder doesn't define you. And she did not respond. I don't know if it was because she did not accept my apology or because she just had a ton of other DMs to respond to. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. She doesn't have to accept my apology. She seems to be doing better as of late, and it looks like she's left the internet, which is probably a good thing for her mental health. But I realized what I hated about her was also something I hated about myself. Ever since I was a child, like, I felt there was this black hole inside of me that nothing could ever fill. I craved attention and validation so badly, but no amount of attention and validation was ever enough. Because if I got 10 nice comments and just one rude comment, I would replay that hate comment in my head every single day on a loop for all eternity. It's like that meme about the two wolves inside you. Like, there's one wolf inside of me that desperately wants to stand out and be different. And then there's the other wolf inside of me that wants to fit in. And those two parts of me are always battling. I eventually realized I needed to stop trying to fill the black hole because I knew that nothing would ever fill it, so why was I still trying to fill it? Especially if part of trying to fill that black hole inside of me was picking on the little guy to impress the assholes around me just because I wanted to be popular and well-liked. And you know what the saddest part is? I never managed to climb up the social ladder by doing that. So why fucking do it? Like, I'm always gonna be an autistic weirdo who likes collecting bones and antique dolls. I'm never gonna be popular regardless of whether I'm nice or if I'm an asshole, so I might as well be nice to people. Speaking of being histrionic, another thing I deeply regret is airing out my personal drama. And yes, I know I'm being hypocritical. Caden, fuck you. If you're watching this, I know you are, Caden. Fuck you. Yes, I still hate you. Okay. What I'm saying is you have to pick your battles wisely. Are you beefing with Emily from yoga class or a member of MS-13? Does your op's dad work at Home Depot or does he work for the CIA? Be careful about who you post a shady Instagram story about, because if you aren't, then you may be found dead in your apartment one day after killing yourself by shooting yourself in the back of the head. Keep your audience in mind, and remember that inevitably, someone will snitch. Especially if you live in a small town. Everybody really does know each other. And even if there aren't real consequences for gossiping about whoever you're gossiping about, you will, a lot of the times, end up publicly humiliating yourself and looking obsessed. One of the most embarrassing things I ever did was try to expose somebody over petty drama when I was 15 or 16. And at the time, I really thought that I was doing the right thing. But looking back, it really was not worth a public call out. I didn't make up anything that wasn't true, but I did make a mountain out of a molehill and just massively overreact because I was chronically online. Like, I wish I could go back and tell my younger self that I wasn't being abused. I was just a mentally ill 15-year-old who was in a relationship with a mentally ill 16-year-old. Like, do you know how crazy you have to be acting to now be known as the crazy ex of someone who is now diagnosed with a literal personality disorder? No offense to people with personality disorders. I just think it's funny that I'm the crazy ex of someone who had crazy ex-girlfriend disorder. It just sucks because I can't even apologize because, first of all, I didn't technically lie about anything, and also, this person probably never wants to hear from me ever again. So I just have to deal with being embarrassed about it for the rest of my life. Another thing I really regret is not standing up for myself more. All that bullshit they teach you in school about how you just have to ignore the bullies is just that. Bullshit. Ignoring the bullies will not make them go away. It will just teach them that they can fuck with you with no repercussions, and so they will do it more and more and more, and it will get worse every time. But it doesn't just affect you, it also affects other people. Because when you teach someone that they can fuck with you as much as they want, they will go around fucking with other people too. Because, oh, if you didn't stand up, that means nobody will stand up, and I can just fuck with people as much as I want. Of course, if you're in a situation where standing up for yourself will put you in concrete physical danger, then don't do it unless you're ready and willing to throw hands, but just use your judgment here. I have to be careful not to get carried away, because if I make a video responding to a hate comment, there's always a chance that I'm gonna get another hate comment and then I'll want to reply to that, and it will just start an endless negative feedback loop. Another thing I really regret is giving too many people the benefit of the doubt. When somebody tells you who they are, believe them. I once had a friend who ended up getting accused of, like, holding a girl hostage in his basement as, like, a sex slave and using MK Ultra mind control methods on her. And everyone thought that it sounded crazy at the time, like there was no way it could be true. Especially because the girl making those allegations was schizophrenic and bipolar. But guess what? Fast forward, now he's doing 15 years in prison. 15 years. Yeah, innocent until proven guilty. But innocent until proven guilty in court, okay? Like, me personally, if I ever encounter another guy who says that he has a bunch of false rape allegations again, I'm running, okay? Like, yeah, I don't know for sure that he's guilty, but I'm not taking any chances. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.